Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys an update to my Performapal deck profile for November 2016. A lot of you asked for an update to this deck with the release of Invasion Vengeance, so I thought why not. So I'm bringing you guys the deck profile. We got a few new Performapal cards in the set, which added to a few different plays I wanted to try out with the deck, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I run 3 Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer, probably still your best card in the deck where it stands right now. With Monkey Board being banned, you have to rely on different search methods. It's a lot easier for decks to get Pendulum Sorcerer with his reprint in the Megatin, so running 3 is perfect. He gives you a power boost when he's used in the Pendulum scale, so when you Pendulum summon a Performapal monster, you can target all your Performapal monsters you control and they gain 1000 attack until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. So it's power play because a lot of the Performapals do have low attacks, so you want to be sure to boost them up with strength-wise with this. And when you Pendulum summon Pendulum Sorcerer, you could destroy 2 cards you control, and if you do, add 2 Performapal monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. So that'll set up also different plays as well using this card. And also run 1 Skullcrobat. Higher level scale is one thing, and he also has a search effect when he's normal summoned for Odd Eyes or Performapal monster. So you can grab Odd Eyes with this deck, or the Performapal, whatever the play calls for. Odd Eyes is one of your big hitters, so using him to grab that is a good idea. And I also run 2 Lizard Draw. More draw power with Lizard Draw. If he's on the field, when another Performapal you control is destroyed, for every Performapal you control, draw cards. And the pop effect from the Pendulum scale maintains your hand while also putting him in the Pendulum, the extra deck to Pendulum summon back. And I also run 2 Odd Eyes Unicorn. He is your Sky Iris search and your go-to scale with this deck. He's a scale 8, which means he'll hit most of the cards in this deck with the Pendulum summoning, and his normal summon special summon effect lets you gain life by targeting a Performapal in your graveyard, so it's good also with that. And also run 2 Parrot Trio. This card helps when it's destroyed by battle. You can special summon 1 Performapal from your deck, except for a Pendulum monster, which is no big deal because you run Second Donkey, so he's your go-to search with this card, because after you summon Second Donkey, if your Pendulum zones are full, you can add a Performapal monster from your deck to your hand. So you're gaining search off of search with this card. And the Pendulum effect allows you to raise his scale up from 2 to 7. So he helps balance out the problem with the deck of me deciding what's best for high and low scales by having him reach up to 7. And for the one-ofs in the deck, I run the new Performapal Seal Eel. Just one of this card, mainly for the reason that he is very searchable in the deck, and he only pops up for certain situations. His Pendulum effect is once per turn you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster has its effect negated until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. And its monster effect is when this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 set spell or trap your opponent controls. That set card cannot be activated this turn, and neither player can activate cards or effect in response to this effect activation. So it's a level 1 card. Meaning you can't Pendulum summon him back, and the scale is okay, being at a 3, so you can hit your level 4s, and through 7s, with your highest scale in the deck being at 8. I mostly use him for the effect. I have ways to get him out, along with, just normal summoning him. But there are other methods as well. I prefer his Pendulum effect as well compared to his monster effect. Being able to negate a monster effect is really good, in my opinion. And I also run 1 Change Giraffe. The other new card from the set. Basically, when exactly 1 monster you control and no other card is destroyed by battle, you can destroy this card, and if you do, special summon the monster destroyed by battle in attack position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, even if this card leaves the field for this turn. So it helps if you don't want to lose any of your big monsters this turn, having her in the Pendulum zone to destroy her to special back. The scales we got with Seal Eel and Change Giraffe are kind of limited, but other than that, they work really well with other ones. And her effect is when she's normal or special summon, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. While this card is face-up on the field, that face-up monster cannot attack, also negates effect. So if your opponent has a big monster on the field, this will be able to shut that down, meaning your opponent will have to give out other resources as well just to get over having that guy locked down. And I also run 1 Odd Eyes Phoenix, basically the other scale and search off of Sky Iris, and another power play with this one. And He hits pretty well for being a level 5 monster, but like I said, he's a scale search, which is one of the reasons I run him. Just one of him, though, the scale 8's a little more important with Unicorn. And one Git Turtle with the Lizard Draw play, you'll get a lot of draw off using this card. And I run one Radish Horse. This card really helps with my OTKs using Odd Eyes because I make my opponent's monster's attack lowered, and with the double damage using Odd Eyes, can't go wrong there. One King Bear, another power boost play, especially when I use him and Dramatic Theater together. Big numbers all around, and he's a level 6, so easy to pendulum summon. And one Silverclaw to wrap up the Performapal monsters. I originally started off with 3 of him in the deck, but over and over, I went down to 1 with him. Maybe 2 if you don't want to run the King Bear or Radish Horse. You can swap back and forth between 2 Silverclaw, but his power boost play, you can search him out also and get what you need using him. And next, moving on, I run 3 Second Donkey. Like I said, he's your search off of the Parrot Trio for the special summon. Another one of your search cards next to Pendulum Sorcerer. So you definitely have to run him at 3. Otherwise, you won't be able to set up your plays as quickly. And I run 2 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, your big hitter of the deck. He has another search effect of his own in the Pendulum Scale. And his double damage is always nice for when you're going for kill against your opponent. And he's also searchable as well off of Sky Iris. So you'll be sure to get him easily with the deck. And for spell cards, I run 2 Bubble Barrier. I like this card because your Performapal monsters take no battle damage when this is on the field, and it takes 2 attacks on a monster to destroy it. So if I have Seal Eel or Change Giraffe on the field and they're in attack position, this card will save them for that turn. The next turn I could switch them back to defense mode in case they figure out a way to get rid of the Bubble Barrier. And I also run 3 Performance Hurricanes. It's the card that returns a card your opponent controls back to the hand for every Performapal you control. Get rid of Pesky Exceed, Synchro Monsters, and all that using this card. You can't go wrong when this is in the deck. You can hit and miss up a lot of their plays. And I also run 2 Sky Iris, once again, like I said, for the search effect and to protect your pendulum scales. I run 2 of this. And 1 Dramatic Theater. The numbers can vary between what you want for the deck. You can go 2 Dramatic Theater, 1 Sky Iris, but I run 1 Terraforming just to help with the extra search and so I don't have as much dead draw with this deck. And I also run 1 1-for-1 now. I run plenty of level 1 Performapal monsters for varying searches off this card. So whatever I want, I'll get with this unit. I can special summon basically the Seal Eel because it has the effect even if it's special summon. Same for Change Giraffe. And same can be said also for Odd Eyes Unicorn. I can get all of their effects off when they're special summoned, so making use of the 1-for-1 in the deck goes really well using these 3 cards. And for getting rid of pesky monsters my opponent controls, I run 1 Dark Hole and 1 Regeki. 1 of each. I can pendulum summon back what I destroy using Dark Hole, so I don't have to worry about that. And if I clear my opponent's field, a pendulum summon that's done properly can OTK your opponent using this deck. And I also run 2 Performapal Call, just for more searching. The only limit with this card is you can't special from the extra deck next turn, but at least try and set up your plays and have enough monsters to go off of when your hand using that. 1 Pinch Helper, special summons them from the deck, and then you can get rid of this card from the field to take no battle damage from an attack. And to finish off the traps, I run 1 Vanity's Emptiness, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. And now moving on to the extra deck, I run 2 Castel. One thing, if this deck, that's a big problem, is if your opponent has a card on the field, it's going to mess up your plays. You want to make sure to get rid of it, and if you can't, destroy it or bounce it with Performance Hurricane, Castel is the next best thing to go, which is why I like running 2 of him. Dark Rebellion for getting rid of bigger monsters on my opponent's side of the field. 1 Digesta Morale to recycle my Performapal monsters in my graveyard. Big Eye for the rank 7 plays sometimes that I can do with Odd Eyes if I have 2 on the field and I need to get rid of one of my opponent's monsters. 1 Gaga Cowboy for that final burn. 1 Arc. 1 Diamond Dyer. 1 Ragna Zero. 1 Magister for the searches. 1 Trapeze Magician, very well good with Skullcrabat and the Pendulum Sorcerers. 1 Leviaire, since you run plenty of level 3s as well. Same for Zen Mains. And since I'm running plenty of level 1 monsters now, I run 1 Dalahan. If you want to run Slacker Magician instead of this, you can do that as well. It's all preference of the player. And 1 Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon to finish off the extra deck. So yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Kira Twig out.